What if your next listing didn't just sell one house, it handed you 10 buyer leads you've never met, asking you to send them more? In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to build a single property website with AI. No code, no CRM, that turns one listing into a lead machine. See, most agents never see this because they put their listing on a page that acts like a digital flyer, and flyers capture nobody. Quick intro if you're new here, I'm the Rook. I've spent over a decade and a half helping real estate agents with their tech and their business, and the last few helping them navigate AI without the overwhelm. And on this channel, there's no fluff. There's you, there's me, there's my screen. So do me a quick favor before we dive in and subscribe so this information keeps finding you. All right, so here's the plan. I'll show you the finished site first, then rewind, build the whole thing in front of you. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so take a look at this nice site. This is a single property website, but it's built a bit different. It is built in order to help you capture leads. Got a great hero image that takes up the entire screen, gives you a great heading, gives you kind of information about it. And then it comes to this really short, readable paragraph about it, telling the story. And it doesn't give every photo. And that's where I think that we change this from being just a template flyer of a home to something that can absolutely help your business. So it lets you know kind of the highlights of it. Okay. And then it talks about the area itself. What's actually around here that's going to allow people to come in and go, oh, okay, I've got a coffee shop, I've got groceries, where it's located. It even embedded a Google map. How cool is that? And again, this is without any kind of service. I know there's a lot of single property websites out there that will build it for you for X number of dollars a month, but yeah, I can do this on my own. So this is probably the best part is if you're ready for a walkthrough, you see this kind of up at the top. If I was to scroll back to the very top of this page, if I was to schedule a showing, I would click on this and it's going to come down here. But here's what I want you to pay attention to. This is not just a call to say if you want more information. If it says ready to walk through, very big and bold, but then it says if you love this home but not sure it's the one, tell me where to reach you, and I'll also send you up to 10 similar listings, including homes that aren't on the market yet. So this allows you to have this form on here, but it's also about why do we want this on here? What is it about this is going to make me give you my name and email address? Because people are picky nowadays. And so you have to do maybe a little bit more work than go, here's a pretty home, give me your name and email address so I can market to you. People are a little bit more savvy nowadays. So it's got to be, it's like, hey, I want information from you, and this is what I'm willing to do for it. So not only am I going to show you this really amazing home, but there's a lead capture form. Now, again, this is all done inside of Manus AI. We're about to build it. I just kind of wanted to show you the finished product of this website and all the cool components. I mean, this thing looks expensive. And the best part about this is it's also mobile friendly. So if I drag it off to the very edge of my screen, let me go ahead and move this to the middle. Oh, you guys don't need to see all that crazy stuff I got on my website, on my desktop. But this is the actual mobile version of this. So you can see it adjusts its size. Everything is nice, nothing is stretched out. You still have the hover animations and all of the intro animations into this thing, which makes it look awesome. It go ahead and changes the size of the form and of the Google Maps area. This thing's ready to go. And it doesn't take that much effort to build this thing. So I'm going to take you through the process. We're going to walk through it. We're going to start from scratch. And so we've got a couple things open. Number one, we've got Manus, we've got Perplexity open, we've got the MLS system, and we even got our website in here in case you wanted to leverage some of the components or some of the things inside the website that aren't in the MLS. So here we go. So let's go ahead and close this out. We're going to start with a new task from Manus. And so this is where I want to talk to you about how do we go about talking to Manus, because you might look at that website and go, that's crazy, I'm not gonna be able to do that. You can, because you can kind of say, hey, this is what I want. Now, can you Google single property websites and kind of pull inspiration from, okay, I like that big section with the photo, or I like the home to be on one side and the form to be on another, or you have an idea of what things look like in your head. We've just maybe never articulated them before into a system that could handle it. So So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to my set of instructions that I've got. And again, if you don't have these instructions, it's going to be new for you. So all the instructions are on here. They're in depth as far as what I use, but I will tell you as far as what I'm telling it what I told you to tell it. Basically, hey, this is what I want. This is kind of what I want to have my offer to be. Here are the different sections that I think are going to be the most impactful, and I want it to look expensive. Now, I will tell you that I'm an amazing designer and I did all that, but I'm be honest with you, I think the only instructions I gave Manus is make it look expensive, and it kind of did the rest from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste this information, and because I want Manus to help me out, I even told Manus, hey, I need you to ask me questions in order to get the most out of this. So inside of this Manus prompt, there are questions of, what is this going to do? In fact, let me blow this up so you guys can see this. It's probably better. Sorry about that. So this is what it's going to do. So I've got my instructions and I'm going to paste it inside of Manus. And so what Manus is going to do is Manus is really good at figuring out, it has this really cool thing about it called sequential reasoning. And sequential reasoning simply means it knows what my goals are. And so it's going to ask me intelligent questions based upon maybe things that I have not thought of in order to reach that goal. All right, so here we go. It read through my brief. And so the first thing it's asking for is the actual listing link. Do you have a URL where your listing is already published on your broker site, your personal site, Zillow, Realtor.com? How dare? But if yes, paste the link here. So let me go to my website. Here is that exact listing. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it. Now, oops, wrong one. Now, it depends on how your website is structured. If you have the type of website where you have to kind of like log in before you actually see any listings, or maybe your website can say, okay, you can see one listing or 3 listings before you actually get to, see any more. That might cause a hiccup. So if you are doing this, just make sure that you are either signed into your own website or you're coming to your website for the very first time from this concept. So just wanted to kind of put that out there. So I've got my link to this listing on my website. So I'm gonna go ahead and paste it inside of Manus. Hopefully it can see it. And if not, it'll let you know. Great. Going to pull the information. It's going to pull the photos. If it can't pull the photos, again, I can always upload the photos that I have on my computer into it in order to help them out. But let's see what it can do. Now, I will tell you something while this is working is that this is going to take a very little time. It might take longer than what we might use to working with AI. So if you're used to asking something of AI and it delivers a message back to you in minutes, Manus might take like 5 to 10 minutes to build this up. If it takes longer, that's okay, depending upon what you're asking it to do and how complex you're asking for that website to be. You saw the website I had created. While it looks amazing with animations as far as website design go, it's pretty basic. So honestly, it didn't take that long. I think it took right around 10 to 11 minutes if I'm just kind of judging it off what I saw and what I was doing. So that just kind of helps you out navigate that. If you see it taking like a little bit longer than what we're used to, that's okay. Let it work. Let us do its thing. Let's get back to this. Okay, so when it came time to grab the photos and grab a little bit more information, it kind of ran into a wall, which it might, but that's okay. And this is why we don't just have the website pulled up. So what it's asking for is photos and more information. So here's what I'm going to do. And again, it's super easy for you to do is I'm actually going to go into the MLS system because we're in North Texas, we use Netris. So here is that information about that listing. I've got everything in here. So here's the easiest thing you can do. Watch this. I'm going to highlight any part of this and hit Control A on my PC or Command A on your Mac, and it's going to highlight everything that you want. I'm trying not to get all that, but if it grabs it, it doesn't really matter if it's grabbing the menu. That's fine. It can understand what it actually needs. If you are something that's if someone's really picky, then you can simply just do this and highlight just all this inside of it and then hit copy. I'm going to come back to Manus and I'm going to paste all that text information on here. It doesn't have to be pretty. Manus is a computer. It can read everything I have. And then when it comes to photos, I'm going to go to my computer and then I'm going to just select the photos that I have for this property. Now, keep in mind, It's not going to use every photo. It's only going to use the best ones for the job. Okay. Because do we need three different angles of one of the bedrooms that's not the master? No, we do not. Do we need two different photos of the bathroom featuring the toilet? No, we do not. So let's go ahead and upload my photos as well, simply by copying and paste them into Manus. So I've got them highlighted on my computer. You can't see that on my screen. I'm just going to paste them. And what it's going to do is going to upload, I think I've got like 20 something photos. No, I got 40 photos. I've got 40 photos for this listing that I just uploaded. And that's all. I don't have to tell it anything. I'll just put, here you go, if you want to. So I just upload this to Manus. It's got the 40 photos plus all of the detailed information coming out of the MLS so that I can do its thing. So awesome. So excellent. I have everything I need. And now it's going to ask me why, because I told it to, it's going to ask me for my lifestyle research. Now, if you remember in the previous video I did where we talked about kind of what to post, I'll leave a card up here. So if you guys haven't checked out that video, you guys can go check it out. But you want to do research on the neighborhood, on the city, because it's also the lifestyle around your listing that's going to help sell it. You know this, you know what I'm talking about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to then do a Perplexity search. So I'm going to stop in Manus. Let me switch gears and go to Perplexity AI, which is a wonderful AI tool for real-time search. So let me go there now. Okay, so here I am at Perplexity, and I'm going to paste in this prompt that simply talks about, hey, this is what I want you to look for. This is what's going on. You know, ask me for the full property address and don't research anything until I give it to you. That's the kind of cool thing. Just to let you know, if you give it a prompt, it's going to go, okay, I got it. It's going to run off and do something. But if you don't want it to do something, then you need to tell it. So in this prompt, I want to find out about the neighborhood and the city, but you need to ask me for the address first before you actually go ahead and do that. Because if I said, hey, just it's going to go, okay, let me go check the city, then it might do the city that you're in. So it's going to say, perfect, send me the full property address, including city and zip code, and I'll confirm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back to my website. I'm going to grab the address. I'm going to copy it, come back to Perplexity, and I'm going to paste that information. Boom. And so now what Perplexity is going to do, if you haven't watched my other video, which you really should because it's actually kind of fun, is it's going to do real-time search of the internet. This is why I love Perplexity definitely over ChatGPT. I don't really recommend using ChatGPT anymore. It does hallucinate, which means it will make things up if it doesn't know. And it simply wasn't built for real-time search like Perplexity was. Perplexity will go out, find out actual websites that it's searching for. It even lets you know the answers and also the website. This one's coming from different websites, different sources, Yelp, you name it, depending on what you're looking at weekends. It's got the Fort Worth Nature Center that it's pulling from. It's got all this really great information that this prompt kind of helped me. And take a look, that was so fast. I even did this in real time and is done. We're talking about probably about a minute, if that. And it went through 43 different sources. If you take a look at the screen, that's 43 different sources that it went through in order to get me the information that I wanted. It's going to do that way faster than I can. And this is why we can leverage things like AI. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all this information. I'm not going to transport it to a Google Doc. I don't have to do that. I copied all the information from Perplexity, and now let me go back to Manus because it's asking for it, and I'm simply going to paste it. And just a little side note, you can kind of see that on the screen, is that whenever you paste a ton of text into AI, it will go ahead and add it as an attachment in text. So please don't think I did that. That is just something that the AI models do when you have it and give it a whole lot of text. So let me go ahead and send it that information. And it's going to tell me, hey, this is great lifestyle research, really rich material. But thank you. I worked very hard. So now here's the interesting thing, and this is more for me than anything. This listing was one of our coaching clients listing that I'm actually kind of doing for her. So it's kind of letting you know, okay, really kind of curious. The name on the website is this, but the MLS data says this. So what do you want your information to be? Because this is for my coaching client, let me go ahead and put her information in there. So give me 1 second. Okay, so I got her information in here, even put her headshot in here so that it can have it and use it as a graphic in it. Now, because this is for you, this is what I will tell you, just in case you see that, like, hey, what's going on with that? Because this is a demo example, this is on my Manus, so it is going to email me, the lead. Typically, Pamela would do this, and then she would put her email address. So I can't send leads to her in Manus. I can, but it just takes a lot of work. Anyway, you get the idea. This is for you, so it's going to be your Gmail address or your email address that's sending to. But because this is a demo, I've got my email address on her landing page. Just FYI. All right, so Manus has everything it needs. Okay, here's a quick summary. It's got the property, it says 40 photos. I'll curate the best 8 to 12. This is something that I think a lot of agents forget is that AI can see images. It can see what's in the images. So it knows, okay, I know what this is. This is also a good idea that if you are having images that you name them properly as far as the files go, don't just leave it DCH 17395, actually label it master bedroom 1, master bedroom 2, backyard, whatever. That way it allows AI to better see what the image is about. It's got all the information. Demo form recipient, yes, because this is a demo, it's going to be sending it to me instead of her. That's fine. I'll accept that. And then it's just doing its thing. Okay, it's going to edit the photos. It's looking through it. I review the interior photos, confirming living space. It tells you what it's doing. And if you ever wanted to see Manus actually working, all you have to do is click on this little screen right here and it will pop up. Either it'll pop it up on the side or kind of just show you, hey, this is everything I'm doing. And you can actually see it going through here, looking at the listings. And this is step 2 of 4. So right now it's fetching the listing photos and details from the provided URL. It's going to build the single property website with all the sections and lead capture. And then it's going to review with the agent and deliver the final shareable link. Now, this is something that's super important as this is running. I want you to understand just how powerful this is, that you are going to build this. This is Manus, so this is technically considered online, but you will have a published website with a shareable link, a link that you could put into emails, you could put on social media, and anyone can click on that link. It's a public site on the internet, which is fantastic. And the fact that you can build this and have it look any way you want to without paying some kind of service is just chef's kiss. All right, let's go back to this and yeah, let's let it do its thing. All righty, it is finished. All in all, it took about 12 minutes for this to build. It gives you a nice preview window. If you actually wanted to see this site, you would click on this one, this little button right here. It says open in a new tab. That way you kind of get the entire experience in it. And this is great. Again, it's got a gallery, it's got these little hover effects, kind of gives a feature, gives a little layout, lifestyle, a little bit cleaner of a look. We've got our map and then we've got our contact form down at the bottom. If you don't like the way this looks, if you wanted it to look differently, again, you don't have to go through this whole process again. All we're going to do is tell it what we want. We're going to tell it, hey, I would much rather have this look a certain way. So if I was to, let's say, come here and let's say I wanted it to look like an Apple website. Apple's very clean, very nice, very elegant looking. So all I'm going to do is tell Manus to do that. So I'm going to say, hey, I want you to real estate this site. I want to look like an Apple product, keep all the content sections, especially the, structure the exact same, but I want it to look a little bit more elevated and more elegant. So all I'm going to do is type that in here. And so let's take a look. So this is what it looked like to begin with. And now let's take a look after I tell it to change the styling of it to something more like an Apple website. So let's just see what it comes back with. Okay, that actually went way faster. It took about 5 minutes, and then it gave me this kind of Apple-esque rounded edges, still has the hover animations to it, has the layout just a little bit different, a little bit more cooler tones in it, embedded map, a lot of space around, and then a cleaner form at the bottom. And again, you can do this over and over and over again. If you don't like the way that this one looks, you could give it, a different set of instructions and figure out what it looks like. Or like I did say in the intro, that if you wanted to, you absolutely could find a website or even your website that has a really good look to it and said, oh, I want it to look like this. And you could take a screenshot of that website or share a link to that website. And then Manus would do its best to try to figure out, okay, I get what you're saying as far as the look goes. Now, and if it does have questions, Manus does a great job of saying, here's what I've got. Are you sure this is what you want? Or if you don't like something that Manus does, you need to tell it, hey, I don't like this. So let's go ahead and say, we don't like this. Let's revert back to the other one. I don't think I like this look. Let's go back to the original. Now, if you're just going, how did you just talk to your computer like that? I have WhisperFlow. This is not what the video is about, but I do have WhisperFlow on my computer. I can put a link in the description if you want it. It simply allows me to talk to my computer, and it's a lot faster. It's like the old Dragon Naturally Speak back in the day. It just is a whole lot better. Just FYI about that. All right, let's go see, and let's go back to the original design. Way better. It has the original design. That's great. Now, here's the thing that we need to understand. This site is ready to go. And while you can see it, you still need to hit the publish button. That's what makes it shareable. That's what makes it, gives you the ability to post it on social or to email it out to your database or whatever it is you need to do. You can see it's not published here. So when I hit publish, anyone with a link, or if you wanted to, only people you invite, depending on how you want to roll. I just put anyone with a link, and I'm just going to click on publish now. And my site is live. I can copy this or I can visit it straight away. This is now a live site. So what I can do is come down here. If you want to test it, I'm just going to fill in my information down here, type something in here, and go ahead and request a tour. And that was emailed to me. So if I go check my email, dun, 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 dun. Let me pull this over into this screen so you guys can see it. It's right here. Boom. There it is. That's what I'm looking at. This email that's right here. It's from Manus, and it says, here's a new lead about this listing. It gives my name, information, phone number, and then any kind of message that I wrote. How cool is that? That's it. That is you leveraging Manus, Perplexity, your listing information to build a single property website that is going to get you leads. That is awesome. And again, my favorite part is that you don't need to have another service. You don't need to go out and purchase a single page website service. Now, if your CRM does this, that's a completely different story. However, again, it's what is the offer on the page? Is the author on the page just, oh, let me know if you want more information? Again, my biggest headache with this in our industry is like, you showed me every picture, you showed me all the information and data. Why do I need to reach out to you? Whereas this type of page is going to curate the best photos, not show them everything, and it's going to say, hey, this is what I have, but if you don't like it, then here are 10 other listings that are like it. I'll send it to you. Some you may not be able to see. And this is the whole thing. I mean, that's all of it right here. So that's the whole framework. Who it's for, the sections, the offer, the look. If you get those 4 things right, and Manus builds it. So you now know how to do this. That's awesome. But one last piece, because this is where most agents tend to drop the ball. When that lead comes in asking for more listings, you have to actually deliver or the promise was empty. So the same way I built a site, I use a quick search method and a city guide prompt to send them 10 real matching listings and a guide to the area in just a couple minutes using Perplexity Manus. That's it. So capture, then deliver. That's kind of the loop. So that's how you'd build it yourself. And I mean that. You've got the framework now. You just saw me do it. But if you'd rather not spend the afternoon figuring out the exact wording, that's kind of what I put together for you. The step-by-step kit, the exact prompts I just walked through, the lead capture setup, the design themes, the system for sending those matching listings automatically. It's all yours. It's 27 bucks and it's built so you can have a lead capturing listing site up before the next listing goes live. Buy it or build it from what I just taught you. Either way, you're walking out of here able to do this. The link is in the description down below. And remember, this is a game of life. Make your move.